Hey, good morning, Facebook. It's Monday, so it is time for my weekly sharing session with you guys, which is aimed to give you more tools and more techniques to love your business more and to reach more people through having a really beautiful, sustainable, connected business which loves the world forward, which is what Blossom and Berry is all about. We're all here, all my teachers across the world, to teach the power of love through nurturing touch, massage and yoga. So whether you are a Blossom and Berry teacher or whether you are a baby massage and yoga teacher, this is for you. This is what sharing sessions are about. It's about me sharing what I've learned from being in business for over 18 years to help you feel more confident in connecting with your clients in a deeper way. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is imposter syndrome, because this is coming up for quite a lot of my teachers right now, and I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So I thought I would just head on in there and talk to you a little bit about what imposter syndrome is, where it comes from, what you can do about it, so that you can have some tools and techniques to move forward with grace and flow and be free of the limiting beliefs that maybe are keeping you small. I want you to feel expansive. I want you to feel like you can achieve whatever you can, because when we all feel like that, when we all step into our true selves and we reach our full potential, that's where the magic really starts. So let's have a think about imposter syndrome, and if you've got any questions about this, drop them in the box, because I know it is a really common thing that people hold. And if you're not sure what imposter syndrome is, it's when you feel like you're not good enough to do something, or you're doing something and someone's going to find out that you're not as good as maybe you said you are or they think you are. Basically, imposter syndrome is really rooted very deeply in judgment, in expectation, in fear of being found out, fear basically, really. There's shame, there's loads and loads of negative emotions in there, which is why imposter syndrome can really get a grip on us and stop us achieving our real potential. And I don't want that for any of you guys, because when you step into your power and shine brightly and reach your full potential, you're going to connect with more parents and babies to activate their full potential, to have that beautiful connected relationship as well. So hi, so first of all, where does it come from? Well, the first thing I just want to say is whether you're aware of this or not, it comes completely from you. So imposter syndrome is coming from inside of you. It's a voice inside of your head. In essence, it's led primarily by your ego, which is fueled on fear. So if you want to know where imposter syndrome comes from, it comes from you. Now that might feel really annoying and frustrating, and maybe you don't want to hear that, because basically you are where you are because of your mind and your beliefs you hold, and you're a product of your own problems. But at the same time, because it is you and it does come from you, that means you have the power and capacity to change at any point. You can change your mindset. Now, I'm not saying that happens overnight, but if you're committed to more freedom and more expansiveness in your life, you can do that by making daily changes, and I'm going to give you some tools and techniques that you can do around this. So imposter syndrome comes from you. As I said, it's rooted in your ego, it's rooted in fear, it's rooted in the voice of judgment. That normally comes from experiences in our lives where we feel like we have been judged, or where we feel like we have been shamed, or where for some reason we haven't felt safe enough to be ourselves. So we have created a story or a persona that we then adopt as our personality, and it's actually not authentic, and it takes a huge amount of energy to actually keep that persona up. And then you realize you're kind of trapped in this identity that everyone thinks that you are, but actually if it's not you, it just becomes exhausting, and it just becomes like a monkey on your back that you need to get off. So it's there really for our protection. And it comes from our limiting beliefs, which, as I said, largely come from childhood. 0 to 7 is when most of our childhood, where most of our beliefs are programmed, and particularly in 0 to 3, our brain waves are actually in exactly the same state as they are in hypnosis. So when we're hearing messages in the very early stages of our life, they're going into our brain without a filter. So we literally just take on any messages that we're given without questioning them, and that's why those early childhood messages can be so powerful at constructing our identity later on in life, which is why we're here to teach love and make sure that all children know that they are loved, that they're lovable, that they are enough, that they're safe, that they belong, that they're accepted, that they're seen and they're heard, because this is the foundation of mental health. So, you know, the other thing about imposter syndrome is that it can actually become your friend as well, in that we can, you know, rely on our imposter syndrome to stop us from actually doing the things perversely that even though we do want to do, we're scared of at the same time. So by having imposter syndrome as our friend, it means we've always got an excuse why we can't do something, and that again is keeping us safe. It's a little bit like how fear ultimately is our friend, because fear is here to protect us, and of course we have to have a certain amount of fear, otherwise we wouldn't be able to evolve from an evolutionary point of view and we wouldn't be able to survive. But it's when fear becomes irrational, where fear becomes rooted in what other people think about us and that judgment, all of that then becomes something that's counterproductive. And, you know, imposter syndrome isn't your friend, even though it might make you feel like you're safe. You can actually rewire the way that your brain's thinking and move through that. So really, ultimately, to get rid of imposter syndrome, you need to get out of your own way. You need to realise that all of these problems and everything that you're seeing manifesting in your life is coming from you. Your choices, your beliefs, your actions, your rituals, you know, whatever you're doing on a daily basis, it's those tiny weeny small things that end up creating the bigger picture. So the number one thing to do to kind of silence your imposter syndrome, or at least turn the volume down on it, is to get out of your own way and realise that actually at the end of the day, no one really cares that much about what you do and you say because everyone's super busy living their own lives and doing their own things, and that we put a lot more importance on ourselves than everybody else does. And that's why, again, imposter syndrome is purely your ego speaking, because your ego actually thinks that people really deeply care about, you know, tiny little things that you do and say, where actually, you know, people really care about how you make them feel, and how you make them feel is very, very different way of being than, say, imposter syndrome, which is all about what you did and you didn't do. So much stuff to kind of break down around this, but the 2 tools that I wanted to give you today to help you with imposter syndrome, which I have used, one is to create what I call your CV of greatness. So your CV of greatness, I want you to go away. It's not like your CV where you apply for a job or when you left school. It's to write down all of the amazing things about you. What makes you great? What is on your CV of greatness? And it could be just the fact, you know, I've got a really amazing smile. I love listening to music. I check in on my friends every day. I'm a massive sharer. You know, I'm an amazing cook. I'm fantastic at looking after my plants. Like, it can be the tiniest, weeniest things that you can start with, and then you can go all the way up to, you know, I've, you know, run a marathon, or, you know, I've swum the channel, or I've got 3 kids, or whatever it is, you know, I've overcome a huge challenge in my life as well. So any of these things, put these on your CV of greatness, and I want you to put that somewhere where you can see it. Like, I have a wall in my house, which is my vision wall. I don't just have a vision board, I have a vision wall, because it's full of all of the stuff that I've done that makes me remember how amazing my life is, and has huge gratitude, and it has all of the things that I want to move towards, because that's what I want to create in my life as well. So having your CV of greatness is really important. And then number 2, to get out of your own way, is to create what I call my mission matters mantra. So what is it What is the most important thing to you in life? Is it really what people think about you? Or is it what you truly care about, what you're here on the planet to do, what your passion is, what your purpose is, what gives your life meaning? What is it you can do that's going to love the world forward and leave a legacy that is way greater than you? You know, something that's going to help you to connect with others and make a difference. So for me, my mission matters mantra is love creates love, and love creates love keeps me safe and in my lane and stops imposter syndrome coming in, because I truly believe that's what I'm here to do, to share, to create love, and to experience love and to receive love in all of my things, whether it's my charity, whether it's my mentoring business, whether it's Blossom and Berry, whether it's in my life. And because I truly believe in that, it stops my ego or fear creeping in, because I'm being truly authentic to my values and what matters to me. So that means whatever anyone thinks about me doesn't matter, because I am true to myself and I am connected to myself and I'm safe with myself and I know myself, and it makes a huge difference, I promise you. So today I would love to encourage you to do those two things, to create your CV of greatness, to create my mission matters mantra. Maybe share some in the box if you want to. I'd love to be able to read them and see them, and yeah, just see how this feels. Go slow, but the first step is to recognize that you are where you are because of who you are, the choices you make, the stories that are running around in your head, and that you have the same power to keep running the same story, or to change the story and really focus on what is important to you, what truly matters to you, and get out of your own way. So I hope that's been useful for you today. Sam says, thanks Gail, I've been struggling with this. Yeah, any help that you want on this, post in the group as well. Drop any comments in the box, tag and share anyone who needs to hear this today. You're not alone. It is so common, I promise you. It's something that I've struggled with in the past, but I have been able to navigate it, and the freedom on the other side is off the scale. So go try this today and see how it feels, and let me know how you get on. Okay, lots of love. Bye.